What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so this is some breaking news I saw reported by my brother Ticket, and it involves Diddy. Now, I don't really talk about the Diddy thing. I leave it to my brother Ticket. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I'll let justice, uh, I'm saying, let the justice system uh, take its course as far as justice. You know what I'm saying? If Diddy is guilty of some of the things or most of the things that they accuse him of, then, what I'm saying, the justice system will take care of these things, okay? I know the justice system doesn't swing, equally when it comes to us a lot of times, but, what I'm saying, I just kind of stay away from the Diddy stuff for the most part. However, something was reported today that definitely got my attention. Now, it has been rumored or stated by many who are in the know for years that LeBron James was a frequent participant in these so-called Diddy parties. Now, when I say Diddy parties, right, I'm not talking about the regular standard parties that Diddy would hold. Supposedly Diddy was one of the best at holding these elaborate, um, high-profile parties. I'm not talking about the ones that might have started at 7 p.m. and ended at 11 or 12. The ones that are infamous are the ones that allegedly started after midnight and lasted all the night, and it was some freaky deaky stuff going on allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, if some of these reports are true, some of these things crossed over from freakiness to allegedly assault. Okay, so like I said, I'll let the justice system play that stuff out. Okay, suppose his trial starts, what is it, next month, May, allegedly. So supposedly, so anyway. But anyway, this new witness is a new accuser who's accusing Diddy of doing something to him. I think at his Miami residence back in 2015. Okay. Now, if you want to go and look that up to see exactly what he said happened to him, you could look that up. And there are other people who supposedly were there when this situation took place. Now, this happened in 2015, according to this supposed victim. That would place LeBron James in the 2014-15 season, I think, which would be his first year back in Cleveland. Okay? Now, according to this witness, LeBron James was walking around with a beach towel, which means that he was butt naked, some brown, I think he said slip-ons, and a bag that had shaving supplies in it. Okay? The victim, who was supposedly, being punished for snitching or something, I don't know. Supposedly he was going through some sort of humiliation ritual where, he was wearing a mask that resembled the male organ. So LeBron James saw this guy who supposedly was not in a good way as far as ingesting or imbibing some substances that weren't agreeing with him. LeBron saw this dude and said, quote, "Y'all better do something about that." Now, I'm gonna say this. I don't know whether this guy's telling the truth or not, but I have that supposed phrasing coming from LeBron. Y'all better do something about that. I have heard LeBron James use that phrase frequently. Supposedly, that's what he said to Mike Krzyzewski back in the 2008 Olympic uh, 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 tournament, I guess you want to call it that. When supposedly, LeBron and some other guys had an issue with Kobe playing hero ball. And instead of coming to Kobe man to man, LeBron went to Mike Krzyzewski and said, hey, you better do something about that. So that's something that's like it's almost like a catchphrase for LeBron when he wants somebody to take care of something that's displeasing to him or a situation that's displeasing to him. I've heard him say that a couple of times on camera, like about, even when it comes to some of his weird fans that run up to him. I've heard him say off camera. At least it sounded like he said to the security, y'all gonna have to do something about that." I've heard him say that before. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying that this is true, but that does definitely sound like LeBron James. So look, man, this is the thing. I think a lot of people are going to ignore this, right? They're going to ignore this, and they shouldn't, because they're going to talk about this. Content creators are going to talk about this. The mainstream media are going to talk about this new lawsuit. But there were other names that were put out there, right? But I have a feeling that they're not going to name all of the names that were put out there. They're going to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? They're going to pick and choose like maybe two people who allegedly were there and ignore some other people. I just don't want to say all these names. You know what I'm saying? You can look it up and see for yourself. I just wanted to talk about LeBron because, you know what I'm saying? I find it's hard to believe. LeBron's supposed to be this upstanding family man. At least that's what the media tells me. Like, he's this upstanding family man who, is like the greatest husband the world has ever seen. Like, why would he be at these Diddy parties shaving his nuts and wearing a beach towel? What is he trying to get into? Was he staying over for the night and just taking a shower and heading? I mean, is that what was going on? He was just like, bunking up with Diddy and just crashing out for the weekend, like, and just happened to be there. Why you at them parties, bro? Allegedly. So, according to this document, allegedly, LeBron James has been fingered, no pun intended, as a witness at one of these alleged incidences. Man, what you guys think?